What's up, Unity family all over the country? I'm excited to be with you, George Palaio. For those of you guys watching this, you don't know, you may be hitting marketing director in the next 30, 40 days that you're going to be part of the team of the decade. Say it with me. Team of the decade. Team of the decade. Team of the decade. Right? Unity team of the decade. And that cannot happen without all our phenomenal leaders. And I'm going to mention names today. I'm going to give you some updates. This video is going to the entire hierarchy. I had a conversation with a couple of our MDs. And as soon as Pat said the update video, I got a call from Rodolfo and Ceci. And they said, hey, man, we got to go take team of the decade. We got to go interception. We want to go do this against TGA. And I got calls from all of our MDs. The Elvises, the Cobos, the Terraces, the Sears, the Blessing, the Diaz, the Obi, the David Bryans, a lot of our MDs saying, man, you better believe we're gonna come through and we're gonna go become team of the decade. You just saw Unity take second place in front of MSM. Big shout out to Fred and Chrissy Terrace and Carpe Diem Hierarchy on becoming senior vice presidents. That's 60 points, first generation senior vice presidents, and we have a bunch of people that are now qualified ring earners, and I'll explain that in a second here. But we are competing for team of the decade. It's going to come down to the wire. TJ's a little bit ahead right now, but we can go dominate. We can go dominate. We can go shock everybody, shock the whole company. Nobody was expecting this to happen, and we've been here from the very beginning, guys. For those of you guys that don't know, we've been here from the very beginning since the company got started. We've been the pillars of this company, and there are great teams that have come and been number one and hit certain milestones first. But when you're looking at the promotion, it's not who ran a 1 million point base shop first. It's who is the team of the decade. It's what organization founded PHP. It's what organization, when there was nobody here, when everybody said this isn't going to work, everybody made fun of us, people helping Patrick. Right? Everybody says, oh, they're a small little company, right? They're never going to make it. When the company we left tried to put us out of business and sued us, when the carriers canceled our products, our companies, our carriers canceled our products, and we couldn't sell anything. And we were just fighting and trying to say, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. Watch where we're going to go. One day the world's going to know us. One day the world is going to know us. One day the world will know people helping people. When we fill up stadiums all over the world. When we private jets and houses all over the world, where all of you guys have places, and I'm over here calling you saying, hey, let me get your property in Brazil. Let me get your property in Italy. We're going to go watch the game. I'm going to take my guys. Today I was talking to Gabriel, and he says, hey, you got to talk to this guy, and this guy does real estate. He's like, you got to buy a house. I said, dude, I'd love to have a house in Puerto Rico for the team and take the fam out there, take the team out there, do events, let the guys go use the house right on the beach, right? That's the level we're getting to. I never thought this business – we just crossed $800,000, soon to be $1 million. We just got our ring, our new updated ring here. I never thought this business would pay us $800,000. It paid me $8,000 my first year in business. 10 years ago, my bank account was negative $622. My life changed because of this business, and I know that it could do the same, and it's doing the same for a lot of people watching this right now. And if you're the brand new person, what does it mean to be a team of the decade? It means that you came through and you could say, I scored points. I scored points to make my organization that I'm a part of the team of the decade, right? And I don't care who you are. If you're anybody that, man, you care about legacy, or you care about competition, or you want to have pride in your last name, you want to be able to be a running, maybe considered a leader. You want to be looked at as a leader. You want to win in this business. Reputation is so important. You got to have a story that you're building for yourself. And when I got started and they said, man, we're going to go take this other team out, I didn't know what that other team was. I just know that this was my team. This was my team. This was the team I was on, and I want to make sure that it's number one, because I want my family to be number one. I want my wife to be number one. I want my kids to be number one. I want my parents to be number one. I want this team to be number one. And so if you're brand new, how do you do this? What does team of the decade mean? It means that for the first 10 years of a company that one day will be a 100-year-old company, they'll look back and they'll say, who was a team? Who was a team that went out there and became the team of the decade, that carried the company the first 10 years? And for the history of the company, it'll be Unity. And the top leaders will be at home office headquarters with their face there. And when we're doing tours, we'll say, hey, let's go down this hall. First 10 years of the company, we'll be able to say that. And you know what, guys? I'm telling you this, and I say this with all my heart. Nobody thinks we're going to do it. MSM doesn't think we're going to do it. TGA doesn't think we're going to do it. PHP didn't think we were going to do it at one point, right? They don't understand how thick we are and how many points we can score right now. And nobody's paying attention to it. There isn't another organization right now. TGA doesn't have another BC. We the People's about to be a BC. Cindy's about to be a CC right now, PC to CC, and her name is CC, so CC, right? We got so many people that are saying we're going to go hit SVPs. Sears, we're going to go hit SVP. Diaz, we're going to go hit SVP. Okafor, we're going to go hit SVP. Obi, we're going to go hit SVP. Massive, we're going to go hit SVP. Madokin, we're going to go hit SVP. Bear, we're going to go hit SVP. Reyes, we're going to go hit SVP. I'm missing names, so please don't say you didn't say my name, George. Nieves, we're going to go be SVP, right? There's so many names, and we miss them, and then you get left out. You know how you can make that by going to score points in that category, right? By becoming an SVP, like Terraces just did, right? There's a big difference in going to be an SVP and being an SVP. And that's a big difference right there. And I truly believe we're going to be the biggest organization in this company. I think we're just starting to come alive. You're seeing Unity NetVP come alive. You're seeing Cindy recreate her base shop. You're seeing a lot of the MDs start to build a hierarchy. You're seeing WTP killing it right now, about to promote 3, 4, 5 direct SVPs. There's so much that we can do right now, and nobody's looking at it. So we got to look at it, and we got to know, how do we score points? And so I said to the new person, right, what about the leader that's been here for a while? You know what this team is. Do you want to be able to stand on stage when this is all said and done? We say, hey, can I get everybody that scored points and your name's on there? And we're doing this in front of everybody. And it's like, these are the people that scored points for Team of the Decade. Without them, we wouldn't be that. And your name is on there, and you counted. When it counted, you counted. When it counted, you came through. That's the second group of people. And the third group of people are people on here that are insane, that are like, we're going to interception. You're freaking out. You're just jacked up because you're waiting for that moment that's announced. And a lot of teams don't, Rodolfo and Ceci were talking yesterday, and they're like, you just got to think Team of the Decade, say Team of the Decade, dream Team of the Decade, right? I do it all the time. I got in the elevator. This is 3-4 weeks ago. I get in the elevator, and I started doing like, this is what it means to be Team of the Decade. And I'm doing a speech at convention because I'm like, God, I just think, honestly, you want us to be that team. And I know that's a weird thought. And I know that we got to go earn it. It's not going to be given. But I believe that we can be that team. I believe we should be that team. And I believe that if we all come together, we will be that team. But it's going to take everybody. So I want to tell you, how do you score points for Team of the Decade? I want to tell you that. There's 3 different categories you could score points in. Number 1, you could be an MD. So we have a lot of people that are close to MD. You want to score points. Now you got to know it's got to be official in the system by the 15th, which means you got to wrap up MD in the next 21, 22 days so that it can be official in the system when they run the points. So you got 22 days if you're saying, I'm going to be an MD. And there's a contingency to that. You got to be at $25,000 of income. So you got to be an MD. You got to be at $25,000 of income. Some MDs right now, right, numbers were off, weren't focused, whatever happened, they're a little bit under 25K. And I'm gonna let you know who can score points right now. Who can score points in that category? Who's not counting that can count? And who's already counting that's between 25 to 50K, and who's 50K to 100K, and who's scoring points for 100K or above. So you'll get that here in a second. And this is not a way of calling you out. We've all had bad years. We've all had downs. We've all had setbacks. This is a way of you saying, can I redeem myself? Can I make a comeback? Right? Can I prove to myself how good I am? Can I get clear the next 30, 40 days and stop focusing on the problems? Let me sell out because I know I'm supposed to win, right? So if you're an MD, you got to be at $25,000 or above. If you're a director watching this, you got to be at $25,000 or above in cash flow. If you plan on popping out to MD by 7/31, you plan on popping out to MD by 7/31, right? You got to be at $25,000 rolling cash flow. And these are the dates: 8/16 of 2019, August 16th of 2019 to August 15th of 2020. Okay, so you got to be an MD. If you're a first generation MD and you're making 25,000 points or above, you count for 10 points if you're direct. If you're a second generation MD, you count for 5 points. If you're a third generation MD, you count for 3 points. If you're a fourth generation MD, you count for 2 points. Fifth, sixth, and seventh generation count for 1. The second category, okay, is SVPs. These are, you're an active SVP. You're making over $100,000 during that time frame. First generation, like Terraces did, 60 points. Like Kobo, 60 points. Second generation, which they're above SVP, right? Cindy's an EVP, Terrace is an SVP. Rodolfo and Ceci, Chairman's Council, soon to be Board's Council. They're second generation, 30 points. Then you got third generation MDs, those are 15 points. So a lot of people said, man, we're going to come through. We're going to go hit SVP. I got a lot of the MDs, you said, we're going to go hit SVP. That means magic's got to happen. Some Okafor said he's promoting 4 MDs. He's had 2 unofficial MDs. One's official now, 1 more unofficial, and he says he's promoting 4 more unofficial MDs this month. That's Elvis Okafor. He said that, right? If he goes and does that, 60 points on the board, they got to figure out licensing. They got to figure out a lot of stuff right there to go knock out SVP, right? Then you got people saying we're going to hit SVP. Marroquin said we're going to be an SVP. I got a message for them today. I know Vera could be an SVP, right? Sears said they're going to be an SVP, that they're going to go out there. Obi said he's going to be an SVP. There's a lot of people that said it, but this month is crucial if you're going to go promote your 2, 3, 4, 5 MDs that you need to promote to be an SVP, okay? Some people have the licensing. They just need the MDs. So you got to have a crazy month this month, and we've seen it happen. We've seen it where somebody promotes 3, 4 direct MDs. So if you got 2 MDs, you go promote 4 SVP, you're scoring points. So that's second generation 30, third generation 15, then it's 8, then 4, then 2, then 1. So if you hit SVP, that's a second way of counting. That scores major points. And then the third one is ring earners. These are people that from August 15th of last year, August 16th, I'm sorry, from last year. So you may be rolling, but that's counting this 12 months, right? They're not going to do rolling. They're going to do from August 16th of last year. So what we ran the report is who's from August 16th till today, a ring earner, and who's scoring points there. If you're a first generation ring earner, 20 points, second generation, 10 points, third generation, 5 points, fourth generation, 3 points, fifth is 2, and 6 and 7 is 1. And if you become a $250,000 earner, first generation's 40 points. Terraces just did that. They crossed rolling since August, right? Not 12 months, rolling since August, so less than 12 months. They crossed it. They scored 40 points. So that's 100 points, right? It's 100 points. Cindy, 100 points, right? Vargas's would be 50 points because they're second generation. But those are the top scoring people right now, and that's personal. When we look at base shop underneath, there are so many points that different leaders have contributed because of all the MDs they've promoted, right? And you're going to hear names, and there's such a thick organization. And it's and this is what the company if we the people in unity do this, it does this. It does this, right? Does this because it's just we got to unite, you guys. And I got on Vargas's call and I said, hey man, I just want to align our hierarchies. For whatever I got to do, I want to make sure that we do. And I take that serious. And I love doing the calls. I just did a 35-minute call for Gabriel. I love doing calls for the team. I love helping however I can help. We really do. And we got strengths that we can use each other and drive each other and compete different. And we got to unite. And we're stronger when we're that way. So there's so many MDs in WTP that can go kill it and bring so much value as well. And so many MDs, Unity Net VP, so many MDs in Carpe Diem VP, so many MDs in Cindy's EVP they can go score points. So let me give you numbers here. Let me give you numbers, guys. These are, okay, these are marketing directors that currently from August of last year, okay, not 12 months, but August 16th on, haven't crossed 25K yet. We need you to go cross 25K. You need you to go cross 25K. We have Krista and Anthony Griffith. You guys can count as a marketing director if you go cross $25,000. Angelica Higueros, okay, you can go cross. Flash Gordon, we need you to cross 25,000 points. Flash, you actually count quite a bit because you're actually half first generation, second generation. So that counts as 15 points, Flash, if you can go do that. And we hope that you do. You're doing the right things. Sheila Hernandez can cross 25,000. Lakeisha Gibson, Dulce Sanchez, Ivan Santiago, Carla Gonzalez, Ileana Gonzalez, Alicia Gutierrez. Let's see here. Manny Lopez, right? So close, Manny. And then we have a couple more that are on the bridge. You're probably a cycle away, but you're not counting yet. And that's Karen Nunez, Jonathan Pelayo, Mirali Capehart, Ishmael and Francis, Patrick Lee on the cusp, Josue Davila, Chris and Cece Moss, literally a couple $100 away, Effie, couple $100 away. So if you cross 25,000 from August 16th on, you count as an active MD. So there's a lot of people right there, guys. Let me, how many was that? Let me see here. Active MDs. That is, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more MDs that can score points, guys. That's a lot of points. That stuff adds up. So then we have MDs. These are 25,000 to 50,000, right? And we want you to, we're excited for you to cross your watch and get your watch. That's a big thing. I remember when I got my watch, I was excited because I said, man, if I can make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year working for myself, I never got to go work a job again. And I knew, man, if I made 50, I can make 100. If I make 100, I can make 200. And so here, these guys are above $25,000, and but not at the $50,000 level yet. Kim and Omar Hernandez, Minor Ramos. Then we have directors, by the way, that if they hit MD, they would count. Rudy and Maria Garcia, if you hit MD, you got the cash flow to count, but you need to hit MD. We need your help. Monica Guevara, if she hits MD, that would count as a direct MD. That's 10 points right there, Monica, if you're watching this. Rudy Maria, 10 points if you're watching this. That's 20 points, you guys. You two can contribute towards Team of the Decade. Alberto Reguero, working with Alexander Ramos, director, could score points for marketing director. Then we have MDs, Anthony Nolan, Hector Otero. Looking forward to seeing you go out there and cross the 50,000, get the cash flow back up there. Then we have Almaraz. Then we have Henry and Jeanette Pineda. Then we have Evelyn Popolo. Evelyn, you hit MD, you're scoring points as an MD because you're already above the cash flow. Then we have Bruno Castillo. You score points, Bruno. You hit MD, you're scoring points. Then we have Nick and Caitlin. I know you guys are running to get your watch. Richard Cardenas. Richard said he's going to be at $100,000, which would score 20 more points, you guys, if he does that. 20 more points. And he said he's going to do it. We are so going to find out if in the next 3 weeks this guy's going to go pull off a miracle or not. But he keeps saying it. And I don't know if he's just saying it. And if it is, it's just talk. All right? But if it's not and he comes through, man, that is respect to a dude being a freaking fighter. And anything I know about Rich, he's a freaking fighter. So, Rich, that's going to score a lot of points, Rich. Alexander Ramos. Let's see here. We have Alani, unofficial MD. You're going to score points, Alani. Excited for you to get your watch here. Then we have Javish Cordero, Josue Oyola, Jose Anaya. You hit marketing director. You're scoring points, brother, because your cash flow's there. Valentina Zapata, Edward Ayala, Natasha Blair. The following people could be at six figures, you guys. If you really go have a magical next 20, 30 days, you could be at six figures. In that what a way to walk in a convention being a ring earner. That's exciting. When you get a ring, when you're doing your talk, right? When you're doing your talk, you do one of those. Natasha Blair, Natalia Benagas, Melissa Gomez. Then we have, let's see here, who's next? Okay. Then we have the following people. Yep, the following people here. Lorenzo Godinez, you could score 20 points if you're a ring earner by that day. Octavio Maciel, you guys are ring earners, but you're not showing it 100K during that time frame. So you guys got to bump up there. You become a ring earner, you're scoring points. Rolling active. Emmanuel Medina also could be a ring earner. That's score points right there. Jose Arnaldo Alvarado, you could score points as a ring earner right there, make it 100,000. Cesar Celis, you could score points if you get to 100,000. Diana Rodas says she's gonna go do it. Diana would score 20 more points if she does that. Gabriel Nieves, Gabriel, we just did your conference call, man. You gotta get to 100,000 by convention, brother. William Santos, William, you gotta be at 100,000 before the 15th. Before the 15th, by the 14th at midnight, you've got to be at 100,000. And Ricardo Garcia, we spoke the other day, Ricky, and you spoke on the conference call and gave a great message, man. Simple, honest, humble, and 100K. I know you're running for 100K this month to be at 100K. And you know how many marketing directors, literally, how many we just read out of WTP, they could be six-figure earners, ring earners? That is scary. 20 MDs, 20, 30 MDs, ring earners. That gets exciting. The following people, you're close. You're within that 100K mark. Realistically, you should be a ring earner. Erica Healy, Andrin Galindo, and Andrin and Homero, Dan and Marcia. Dan and Marcia are only 22K away from being a ring earner by that time, and their income's higher than that. But again, I'm going from August 16th. So all these people's income's higher. But we're going from August 16th. You may be higher and you could get it sooner. But I'm saying worst case scenario by that date. Then we have, they are ring earners, rolling 12 months. But from August 16th to now, not yet inches away, Marcelo and Gabby, Obi and Jenny Roezi, Michael and Araceli, inches away from counting. Renee and Dalila, literally a couple $1,000 away from counting. Again, they're actively ring earners right now, but from August 16th, couple $1,000 away. And then we have the following people scored points under 100K, right? So your next thing is, how do I get to 250? David and Sandra Rivera, Alan and Alicia, Ernie and Sharon Sears. Then we have top 10 cash flow here. Number 10, David Bryan, 107 here. Ricardo Nieves, scoring points. Roger and Brenda, number 8. Elvis Okafor, number 7 right now, cash flow in the hierarchy. And number 6, Blessing Ikejemba as a marketing director. Both of those guys, marketing directors, they're competing because they're building a base shop building. And then we got Floyd and Boris, number 5, top 5 cash flow here. And they're running for SVP. Let's see here. Fred and Christy, these guys are scoring all the names. The rest of the names are scoring points for being over $250,000. Fred and Christy Terrace, Cindy Cobos, Rodolfo, and Ceci Vargas. So with that being said, you guys, how can you score points to recap it all? Go hit marketing director, be above 25,000. Go become a ring earner, 100K, $250,000, scores different points. And lastly, go become a senior vice president before August 15th. Before August 15th in the system. So by August 14th, guys, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of work, but what an exciting day that will be when Patrick says, Tigran, is this right? Is this right? Did they just score 163 points? Where'd those points come from? All those people hit MD? All those people hit MD. 26 MDs. How many new rings did we just get out? 12 new rings. How many people crossed the quarter? How many SVPs? And all of a sudden, we go become the team of the decade. So with that being said, guys, we're counting on all of you. You know, hey, Maybe you don't like where you're at. You know the beautiful part? I didn't like where I was at one point. I didn't like where I was at. And we made a decision to change. I made a decision to change. I couldn't ask anybody to make a decision to change because I had to change first. And there was a time a long time ago where I would blame my team. I would blame my upline. I would blame people. I would make excuses. I would feel bad for myself. Well, you don't know what's happening. And I realized that those things only make me focus on the things that don't serve me versus putting my energy and my mind into what I can do. What can I do today? What can I do tonight? What can I do right now? What can I do to be the most productive person? What can I do to build momentum? What can I do to get back on track? What can I do? What can I do right now? Let me pick up the phone right now. Let me call my clients. Let me go prospect. Let me call my team. Let me do an emergency huddle. Let me look at who's close. Let me see who I can promote to director. And let me see what I can do, what business needs to get issued, what I can write, what I can follow up, what we got in the pipeline. Are we going to hit it? And you start strategizing. And if all of us come together, we will be the team of the decade. We are the deepest team. We are the deepest team. There's so much depth to this. And we've been here from day one, you guys. We've been here from day one. And it's going to be fair. It's going to go to whoever earns it the most, whoever deserves it the most. But I believe that this is the best team. We have a lot of great leaders in a lot of different teams, but I believe this is the best team in the company. I believe the roots are the deepest in this team, in the company. We have the deepest roots. We are the roots that found the water so that the tree could grow and produce fruit. And that's this team. That's what unity is. So with that being said, we need all your help. Let's go rally. As you start scoring, text, update the points, text me. Okay? Text me. I'm going to give you my number. Text me if you scored points so I can add you to our tracker. I need all of you to do this because there's so many levels. Who are you under? What generation are you? It's crazy. Text me. 661-713-6296. 661-713-6296. Text me if you've scored points already and say, hey, I'm a ring earner, I'm an MD, so we can put that all in the tracker. We have a tracker, but we need to get updated. We can put it on the tracker. And if you say, I'm not there yet, but I'm going to score points, text me the moment you score points. Hey, I'm such and such, I just scored. Hey, I'm such and such, I just scored. Because we want to make sure we give all that love to everybody that scored. So send me a message tonight and tell me, I've already scored points, and this is what you can count on. And the moment you score points, send me a message and say, hey, Pelayo, this is what we did. You can count on us. And I am so grateful for all of you. I'll finish with this. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. My family, our life is blessed because of all that you guys do and all the leaders that we have that are consistent, that work hard, that are mentally strong, that have fought through the battles of the ups and downs of the business, that have improved, that have stayed consistent, that stayed loyal. I am so thankful for you. And I just want to serve. I want to serve you any way I can. God bless you. Take care, Unity. We will see each other very soon as the team of the decade. Bye-bye.